Okay, says we're live. So, if you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward while I get my other computer set up. Is that the mailman? Nope. Darn it. Darn it. Waiting for a package. I don't know if it'll be here today, but I'm still waiting. And of all the days that they're late, the day I'm waiting, it's Murphy. That damn Murphy guy. Alright, we're just waiting for people to come in, so yeah, come in, say hi. Hi, Kathleen. Don't know how long it'll take for the notification to go out, so we'll just wait and see. Let me go hit that autofocus. I think I moved the camera. There we go. That's a little better. Well, as soon as I turn it off, it goes. Ugh. It's so frustrating. Oh well. We'll just leave it. See how it goes. Hey, Lena. Did you read my message on over the weekend on your video? Oh my God, that was so much fun. Your last video. I love that journal, your Inktober journal, so much. And I'm actually going to try doing what you're doing, taking the stickers out of your books and redrawing them. That looks really fun. Hey, Dee Dee. Hi, Joan. But I have to say, your dead ant or dead fly art, that absolutely cracked me up. I was sitting here by myself laughing my head off. Hi, Leona. So, good job. Very good job. The mail isn't here yet, Dee Dee. Darn it, of all the days that they're going to be late. I don't know if it'll be on, the route today, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I just did the cover, I don't know, Friday or Saturday, one day. So, I've been wanting a cover for it because it would... I just had, well, and I hadn't done that yet, but I just had the book sitting around like this, and I thought, yeah, it's time to make a cover. So, I'm going to work on this today. I think I'm going to do a couple of the zentangles in the background. And, watercolor. So, pretty chill. Hi, Barbara. So, anyway, if some of you guys don't follow, Lena, which is Miss Linux 2010, I can't recommend that channel enough. You will be so entertained, and you'll be blown away by the quality of her artwork. And she has arthritis in her hands, which makes it doubly difficult, and she's still fabulous. So there you go. Yeah, the cover came out pretty good. I'm pretty okay with it. It was fun to do. So, and then when I'm done with the whole thing, I'll bind it. Lena is funny. She's so funny. I told her, I wrote a comment on the video and said, I would love to live one day in your head just for the laughs. Just for the laughs alone. I am too sweet, Lena, but don't go around telling everybody, okay? We want to keep that a secret. I think I've had too much caffeine today. But anyway, let me fix that one. I always have to go back and fix the lettering. I never like it because I'm doing it all freehand. So, you have to get used to the echo. Well, if you lived in my head, you'd have to get used to the buzzing. Just What the hell? Anyway, I'll flip through what I've got done so far. I did start a table of contents because I wanted to keep track of which zentangles are on each page, and I didn't want to write on the page itself, so I just did a little table of contents dude on the front, which, given my anal nature, probably isn't surprising, right? Hi, Painty Girl. So I did the cover over the weekend. It was fun. Started the table of contents. Some of these you guys have seen, and I did paint a few more. That's, now I can tell you which zentangle is which. That's peony with hemp zentangle. That's pansy with poser. Daffodil with dancer. Orange blossom with membrane art. Magnolia with Roxy. I like that tangle for whatever reason. Let me see if I hold it up. It should autofocus. Are you going to? Damn it. There we go. I really like that zentangle. That is totally mindless drawing right there. This is hibiscus. I like the way the hibiscus turned out. And the zentangle is called gnome. It's okay. Sunflower. I think I did this one on stream. I don't remember. I don't remember what I did on stream or what I didn't. That was fun. Poppy. I actually watercolored this one before I took the photo of the drawing. So, my bad. Hey, CB. And actually, like, I like the way the poppy, the watercolor on the poppy turned out. They're a lot better in person than they are photographed. And this is foxglove with jonquil. Calla lily with scallamp. That one I'm not crazy about the zentangle, but whatever. I might go ahead and fill in with smaller ones. I don't know. Hey, Judy. But I like the calla lily. That's one of my favorite flowers. In real life and just to draw and paint. I like that a lot. This is sweet pea. And there is a zentangle in the back, but you can't see it, so I don't know. This page I may end up redoing, but we'll see. It's okay. This is Bird of Paradise with Vilbert, and I do actually like the layout on this one. I may add a different zentangle around the top and the bottom. I don't know, but I just feel like this one, I like this one a lot. Hi, Dawn. All right, wait a minute. There's one. Oh, I know why there's one missing, because I've started drawing on the back of the pages. So where are the... No, there we go. I say there's one missing. Anthurium. This one was fun. I like this. And the zentangle in the background is called Farling. And all these zentangle designs are on Instagram. Just use the hashtag zentangle with Janet, and all the lists are going to be there. And I don't know, I've done 4 or 5 months. And then Bluebell with Trella around the border. And that's where I'm up to completed. So today I'll watercolor the Gerbera. You know what? I think I've always called this flower Gerbena. But the book says Gerbera, so I used what the book said. But I've always called this one Gerbena. And then I got the tulip drawn. So these are the two that will watercolor. And then these are the two I've got drawn that I haven't done the zentangle yet. The snowdrop and the crabapple. So I have plenty to work on. But we'll go ahead and watercolor these two first so we get something done. I like when something is done. So that's the little book so far. Hey Rachel, anybody else I missed coming in? Barbara, did I say hi to you? So Dee Dee is madly drawing her Inktober for today. It's Moon. You guys can imagine what I would draw for Moon, right? It wouldn't have anything to do with planets, that's for sure. But Dee Dee is a much nicer girl than me. That's probably why we like each other so much. Because I get to be the bad her. I'm going to erase some of this before I start. On these, like this one, rather than use ink for that background, I did use a colored pencil. Not sure I like it, but it is what it is, so. So the Gerbera, hi Dorothy. You know what I would draw, CB? Why does that not surprise me? Looking through the book for the Gerbera, I know it's orange, and I'll paint it the way I want it anyway. I won't follow the book, I'm sure. But, oh, and in case you didn't know, this is the book I'm using to draw out of, 10-Step Drawing Flowers. But I like this book. I like the step outs. And if you're learning to draw, it's I think it's a great book for learning, you know, just to draw and trust yourself. I don't do the step outs. I just draw the flower. Dirty old women. Yes, we are, CB. That's the best thing about us. Hi, Judy. I'll tell Robert you said hi. He is out terrorizing the neighborhood, I'm sure. So my drawings aren't exactly like these, but they're a reasonable facsimile, so that's good enough. I've never seen this flower, the passion flower. I might draw it before it's all said and done. I still got quite a few left to go. So this is the one I'm going to paint today, yellow and orange. And I thought, Dee Dee, this morning on her stream, two weird things happened. Last week I was thinking I want to use my Neocolor IIs and watercolor some of these flowers, right? Then this morning Dee Dee starts talking about using your Neocolor IIs. And then secondly, when I woke up this morning, I wasn't sure what I was going to do on stream today because I'm never sure until about an hour before I stream because I like to plan. But I woke up thinking I need to get out those color effect books and draw out of those. What does Dee Dee do? Pull those books out. So it was just like, man, great minds. There you go, Dee Dee. Great minds. Hi, Mindy. So, yeah. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put the color directly on the page. I think I will. And rather than use a paintbrush, I might just use a water brush. The Neocolor IIs work really good with a water brush. And you can, here's the Neocolor IIs. This is just the container that I keep them in. I just made a little box, and they just sit on a shelf like this all the time. This probably freaks some of you out. Oh my God, you took them out of their tin. Yeah, I took them out of their tin. I take most everything out of their original packaging because if it's in the packaging, I won't use it. So if it's out there and readily available, I'm on it. So I think I'll start putting it down on the paper and see how I like it. And then when I get down to detail, I'll probably take it off the end and use the brush. And the thing about Neocolor IIs, if you're not familiar with them, a little bit goes a long, long way. And this, in the Beast, I did bring the Beast out. Okay, these banners, Oops. I use the Neocolor IIs on these. I just color it all out and then use a baby wipe to spread the color. And for technique like that, they're awesome. They're really awesome. But this is like coloring without precision. Just slap the color down and get after it. I love water-soluble products, so the Neocolor IIs to me are just the perfect product. Like, even though that's really messy, that's probably too much product already. Nothing I do freaks you out. You just haven't hung around me long enough. And this water brush it's had haircuts. My granddaughter ruined it, and it's still my favorite. So, hi, Trisha. But it's not good for anything detail. So the way I decided, I picked the mid-tone to put in the background. Normally with watercolor, you're going to always start with your lightest color and then work toward your darkest. In this one, I did the mid-tone because I'll do the highlights with probably a Posca or a white pen. It's just easiest that way. And I'm all about the easy. What else did I do this weekend? I cleaned up around here, did a lot of housework, did all my paperwork and filing. Ugh, that is the worst thing in the world. And I cooked a lot. And then drew a couple Inktober's. That was my weekend. Not real exciting around here. It is quiet though, like all the peeps, because we've got college football now. All the peeps are staying away, which makes me happy. But see how easy it is just to get a color down? And like when Dee Dee does her color books, how she uses the watered down acrylic paint, you could do that same sort of background with the Neocolor IIs. Just lay down the color, just color it randomly, wildly all over. Take a baby wipe, smear that color around, and you've essentially got the same effect. The only difference is the acrylic paint is going to give you probably a little bit nicer finish to work on, right? You're lurking and eating sausage and cheddar mash. Oh, now you're going to make me hungry. Weather change is changing here too. It's getting a lot warmer, which I'm good with. All right. In the center here, the mid-tone is going to be a little bit darker orange, so these are not fine art. Got it? These are just for fun. I'm glad it's getting cooler. Robert had to turn on heater this weekend. One night it got cold enough. I didn't even know we'd done it. But he said, "Are you going to thank me for turning on the heater?" It's like, I didn't even know you did it, but I'm sure glad because I'm comfortable. Okay, this on the stem, normally what I do when I want the color direct, I just go in the end of the crayon. You could color it out on acetate, blah, blah, blah. I just go in like that. Got a little dent on it, no big deal. And this paper is just 24-pound laser. And it handles water okay, not great. Rembrandt said that too. Well, good. I'm gonna dry it real quick because I don't want the colors I'm putting on top spreading too much. Do the lights look okay, Dee Dee? And the paper does warp a little bit. I don't care. I'm cool with that. And I will go in at the end and use some color pencil as well. You love Neo 2s, Judy? See, so do I. I love the Neo 2s. There's just, most products that get a blunt tip annoy me. They just annoy me, and that's probably why I don't like gelatos. Like those shimmery crayons Dee Dee showed last week. When they get the blunt tip, I'm not a fan. But the cool thing about these is you can take it, there's just so many applications for these. That even though they get this blunt tip, which would normally annoy me, doesn't annoy me with the Neocolor IIs. So I'm going to put the red on with colored pencil, I think. Except in the center. Yeah, see, gelatos they're kind of like these. You know, if you need to do a big area, they're pretty good. But for any fine work, they're really hard to work with, in my opinion. Now, Lena loves her gelatos. I don't know why. I've never been a big fan. All right, because I'm working so small, I could go ahead and do the red with the watercolors, but I'm going to get out some Prisma color too. You like the hands-on with the fingers, and maybe that's why I don't like it, Lena. I don't know, but I know you love them. I'm just not a fan. Let's see what color red I want. I think I'm going to get a pretty dark one. Oh, another thing I did this weekend was played in my traveler's notebook. God, I hadn't done that. It seemed like forever. So that was fun. I enjoyed the heck out of that. Someday I'll have to get it out and show you guys parts of it. Oop, I need to. If you're going to do this and you're working on crap paper like this, make sure your paper is completely dry before you start digging in with colored pencil. I like fall, so I'm okay with all the weather changing and everything. I really like fall. All right, look. Did I hear crap paper? You did hear crap paper, Dee Dee, because it's not watercolor paper, but the thing I love about this paper, it's 24 pounds, so it's a little bit thicker. It won't bleed through. But the reason I chose this paper for the whole Inktober project is ink glides on this paper kind of like you're working on Bristol. If you've ever inked on Bristol and the ink just glides. That's why I chose the paper, knowing full well that I was going to I need a little bit lighter red. Watercolor on it. I thought, well, you're just going to have to deal with that because I just like the way the ink glides on it. All right, this might be a little bit better red. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm working really small here. Oops, sorry. Take that. I guess I could bring you guys down a little bit further too. See if the camera will focus. Focus, you freak. There we go. And all I'm really doing with the red is putting in some shading, is all it is. Hi, Sherry. Anybody I missed? Hi, Riri. I don't know if I said hi to you. Barb. What? So are my fantasy friends. What's up with Chris Church taking officially? Haven't heard anything about it, Barb. But that's not surprising considering my news consumption is almost nil. I did read this morning that Colin Powell had passed, which is very sad. But he had multiple myeloma. My brother had multiple myeloma, and boy, that is one nasty ailment. Let me tell you, my brother's final days were horrible because of multiple myeloma. You don't want anybody you love to go through that, I promise you. And if you haven't heard of it, it's a blood cancer. And there's really no cure. They can treat you, but the treatment is unpleasant. And yeah, just saying. Hey, Kathy Arbor. All right. Let's get a green out. Look at these little pencils. It's ridiculous. It's time to start gluing some of these bad boys together, right? I'm going to, hi Linda. Yeah, that's what they said, Rachel, but I did read an article about it, and I actually knew that he had multiple myeloma before the news today. So when I saw the news, it did not surprise me. knowing that his immune system had to be shot. That was one of the biggest things with my brother, is your immune system is absolutely shot. So if it wouldn't have mattered what he came in contact with, he had almost zero ability to fight it. That's one of the problems with multiple myeloma. This is a little bottle that I keep mineral spirits in, and I just cut up a cellulose sponge and shoved it in there so that when I want to blend colored pencils, I just use this crap Artist Loft, because I'm going to smooth some of this red out now. Some of my lines are just too harsh. But I like this because you can, I can work pretty small this way. It doesn't take much. Some people do this, some people don't. I think it's just personal choice. I've been doing it on this mostly because I'm working so small. I don't have the area to blend out the colors. So it just kind of mutes it out where I don't have the harsh lines, and I like that better. So now that's good enough. But you do have to clean the tip of this off or you'll really screw it up. And even doing that, it does not bleed through, so that's a cool thing. Now just draw some highlights on some of the leaves. And that's about how much effort I'm putting into these, you guys. Not a lot. But I'm going to be happy with the little book when it's all done. There we go. Another one done. Yeah, the in the jar, it's just like a kitchen sponge, cellulose sponge. And if you keep it in an airtight container, yeah, it doesn't evaporate or anything. I do try and keep the lid on, just reach in, put the lid back on, because mineral spirits will evaporate pretty darn quick. So, but like this little jar, and I only probably put maybe 1/4 inch in there. This has lasted me, well, I don't use it a lot, but like probably a year. And because the book is like this, now I'm going to have to work on the back side on the tulip. Let me see what color. I tried not to get like 2 pink ones together or whatever. All right, I can do the tulip pink. Robert, if the mailman brings a package,
Uh-huh.
bring it into me, please.
Would I what?
Bring it into me.
Yeah. I'm gonna run into just up here at the hardware store.
Yeah.
Get a new belt.
Yeah.
And you want
Loaf of bread, please.
loaf of bread, right?
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll be right back.
And the ladies are going to be saying hi, so don't be rude.
The ladies what?
They're going to be saying hi because they heard your voice, so don't be rude.
Okay.
Say hi, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
And don't be like Dee Dee's husband and ask me if I'll shave your back.
No.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
Be careful. Love you. See you. Bye.
I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, I'm looking for the tulip. Tulip. Ooh, I gotta draw an iris. I'm looking for the tulip. Okay, do you want to hear how dumb I am? This is how dumb I am. In the front of this book, there is a table of contents, right? And so I was looking for something that I had drawn, and I found the page number. And I'm looking, and I'm looking down here in the corners for the page numbers, and I thought, well, these buttheads, why would you give you a table of contents and then not put page numbers on the page, right? Look in the corners. There's no page numbers. I thought, well, now that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Then, the other day, I was flipping through the book trying to find something to draw, and look where they put the page numbers. It's on the edge, up here. What the hell? They train me one way, and then they, like, bait and switch me. Hey, Uncle Dan. What are you doing? You missed Dee Dee this morning. Or maybe you were there, but I was on the phone so much I didn't get to say hi to everybody. And don't even ask me about that whole thing, because that was redonkulous. All right, I'm looking for tulip, page 32. Duh. Doing really well, Dan. How about your own self? That tangle of the tulip page looks like wood grain peeled back in layers. You know, I really like this tangle. Let me see what it's called. I wrote it on the back until I get it written in the table of contents. It's called Bonnie. And the person who developed this particular tangle, let me see if I can get it up close enough where you guys can see. She shows it in many different ways. This is an awesome tangle. Awesome. And I like the way it actually, I could use it as a frame on this page. Is there a link to this book? I'm sure if you just look up 10-Step Drawing Flowers, they've got a animal one too. My guess is you can find it on Amazon pretty easily. I got this one on sale at Hobby Lobby. You went grocery shopping. Oh, I did that last week. Was it last week we went to Joplin? Oh, I'm not kidding you. That was freaking me out. You know what was freaking me out as much as anything was the stuff that I normally buy. And I'm not a real inventive kind of cook. I tend to cook the same things because Robert likes the same things. We like to eat the same things. So I typically buy the same things over and over and over again. What really surprised me when I went grocery shopping was the stuff, the common stuff that they didn't have. And the weird thing was, I think we went to 2 or 3 different places. It was crazy that, like, one place, and the thing that I'll remember that I was just like, I've never been to a grocery store that they didn't have this. I typically buy cans of sun-dried tomatoes, right, to use in cooking, whether I'm making spaghetti sauce or whatever. went in one store and they had like zero canned tomatoes. And I thought, well, now that is a crazy thing to be out of. Well, the sun-dried ones that have the spices and stuff in them. That really, I just thought, oh, now that is just too weird. I've never, ever not been able to buy those. So, but I think, honestly, you guys, we're going to see more and more of that. When you look at the cargo ships hanging out at the ports, yeah, I think we're going to have more and more of that. So I went ahead and stocked up on stuff that I just knew we would use. But that was the one thing that surprised me. And then the next thing was the sticker shock when I checked out. Was like, oh, God. And the one thing I tell Robert all the time is, he was just like, holy crap, you know, did we really buy that much different or expensive stuff? And the way I have to calm him down is say, dude, just be happy that we can do it. Think about the people who can't. I mean, really. So, even though I get frustrated and hacked off, I still try and be grateful for what you can do, right? All right, pink. I did make one nice thing with the cooler weather. Robert loves, I like it too, but he especially loves unstuffed cabbage rolls. So, and I only make it when the weather's cool. But this weekend I got to make some of that. So, that was good. For sure, Riri. Hey, Jamie. A new coloring book for the Dune movie. I do too, Kathleen. I do try and live a very grateful life. I think it's important, regardless of your belief systems or whatever. I think living a grateful life is one of the most important things you can do for yourself and those around you. And I saw a thing on Instagram. Do you guys watch the videos on Instagram? I saw one this weekend. I'll read it to you because it. Sometimes you know how you see something and it just strikes you that, I don't know, just reminds you of your faith or whatever. I hope I have it in here. Let me see. I'll look for it while this dries. All right, I'm going to let that dry. Do, Leona. If you like stuffed cabbage rolls, the unstuffed cabbage rolls are so good, and it's pretty easy to make. But it's so tasty. I think the only thing I did wrong this time was I was using a real fine ground pepper, and I got too much pepper. So to me it was a little bit hot. Oh, where is it? I thought I left it right here because I was going to put it in the beast to remind myself. Let me go look real quick. Hang on. Doggone it, I hid it from myself. I'll find it and read it to you next week. Because I had to write it down. It was just so good. I hate when I hide stuff from myself. It really, really annoys me. Hey, Elaine. Yeah, I think I gave you that recipe. The unstuffed cabbage. It's so good and easy to make. I just found it. People with kids, yeah. Yeah, when we were feeding 6, I thought it was outrageous. Now I think it costs more to feed 2 of us. Anyway, if you watch the videos on Instagram, I've seen this several different ways. And the photography that was behind it was beautiful too. So this may not have the impact. Anyway, it starts out, I asked for strength and God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom and God gave me problems to solve. I asked for courage and God gave me dangers. I asked for love and God gave me troubled people to help. My prayers were answered. I love that so much. So I'm going to build that into a piece of art somewhere. I just wrote it down to remind myself to make a piece of art, and I'm going to hang it here in my art room. Because you complain about your troubles, but actually it could be a answered prayer, right? Let's see. And I think I'd heard that before. And then I just saw it on... Somebody had done some really, really beautiful photography to put with it. And it was just like, I need to write that down. Just to remind myself. Hey, Karen. Isn't that cool, Elaine? That's my life. I prayed for humility and patience, and now I understand dealing with my husband. Not sure what's going on, Leona, but I'll pray for your husband as well. You know, like, I took care of a disabled husband for several years. And, you know, sometimes you just never know when you ask God and He answers your prayers, how you're going to become stronger or smarter or have more courage than you ever thought. So, yeah. And this is how I mix colors with Neocolor IIs. Normally, you know, with pans, you'll mix them in your on your palette. I just mix them right on the paper. Sometimes. Or I'll color them off like that and wet them down. So you can do that too. And that's one of the nice things with like these Neocolor IIs, of if you're mixing it directly on the paper too, you can spread out and not end up with those harsh lines. So that's a cool thing. The question is, was it from God? God can use any trouble, doesn't mean. Well, that's true too, Dee Dee. But I think sometimes we go into our life asking for something with a preconceived idea of, for example, saying a prayer and asking for something with a preconceived idea of what you expect to get, when in reality you don't know, and so you have to pretty much accept. All right, that's a good enough base. I'll get out the colored pencil now. So what have you guys been up to on here this week? Well, I think a lot of us are participating in Inktober. So I think if I do anything on any given day, that's the one thing I want to get accomplished. And then just because I wanted to do something different this week, I did play in the TN and drew some different stuff. I will never believe the God I know doesn't send child abuse and cancer. There is evil in the world, Dee Dee. And I think the sooner you accept that, the more better you are to prepared with it. Be prepared with it. Or prepared for it, I guess, would be the best way. All right, let me look if this is the right color I want. What did I do with my scratch sheet? Oh, I can't lose that. That's what I get for cleaning. Cleaning is the dumbest thing you can do. Oh, that'll work. Know it and blaming God are two different, for sure. Okay, Dee Dee. Go have fun with Hubs and Boo. I know you're excited for him to get home. I would be. Did I say hi, Brenda? I do stuff and then don't remember a second later whether or not I did it. All right, and I'll do those lines second. Wish that stupid mailman would come. And I know this is probably harder for you guys to see. Let me think which way the lines would be going here. Really fine line. Where's my... Oh, I left it out. What are you looking for? Don't know. CB. This was, Barbara, what am I using with the mineral spirits? This was a colored pencil blender that it's Artist Loft, which implies that I got it at Michael's. I don't know if they even carry them anymore. So yeah. Oh, in the mail, what am I looking for? Dee Dee sent me a package. You know the brick wallpaper she has on her desk? She sent me some of that, and then she said there were some other things in there. So I'm waiting for a package from Dee Dee. I'll hold this up here in just a sec so you can see it. I tried to leave the white. I am going to add a little bit of it, but yeah, I tried to leave it. Goofball. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Let me do the leaves real quick. Where I didn't get an olive one out. Let me get an olive one out. All right, read chat. Sharon made a, hi Sharon, you made a sloth, a felt sloth? Where can I see that bad boy? I love me a good sloth. All right, tulip is about done. Thanks, Teresa. Hi, by the way. Fibs and friends on Facebook. You're asking me to go on Facebook. I can't do Facebook. Let me hold this up. I think I want a little bit darker what I do with that pencil. And it's almost too small to put any detail on these little, what do they call them, pistils or whatever they call them. Get a yellow pencil. I do try and remember to empty that periodically because I have spilled it all over the place in the past. And that's not fun. That involves vacuum cleaners and stuff that nobody should have to mess with. Okay. What else we got going on? Now I think I'm going to, okay, this is page 15. Uh-oh. That should be 25. No. All right, butthead, you got a problem here. I know it was further back than this. I'll figure it out later. So on the snowdrop, oh, I know what. I put the day numbers on rather than the page numbers. Okay, duh. On snowdrop, the zentangle that I have to draw is called lean-to. So let me look up real quick how to draw lean-to. And I think I got stuck here because I wasn't sure. It's a grid design, so I drew the grid. But then I couldn't decide if I wanted it all over the background or just a border or whatever. That's the problem I was having with it. The tulip was folded the other way. Well,
Bread.
thanks, honey. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It was the back page. Yeah, that's what I just... Yeah, I think it's the center of the book because it's day 15, which would mean the middle of the book, right? So, yeah, I have to decide if I want this. It's time to make a decision whether I want to or not. And it's a grid pattern. She only shows, wait, I know there were other variations. Okay, I think I'm going to do the variation that has the curved tops. Oh, I don't know. I may just really hate myself for this. So it was 2-4. I don't have an example. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I do in the Beast. I think I did draw this one just to kind of see. I did. Hang on. I'll show you what it looks like. I haven't made the card to put it in my book yet. There it is. That's one square of the 4. So now I have to decide. All right, I think what I'll do, well, first I've got to do the math to figure out if I can even do. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Well, how do you like that? It's divisible by 4. So, if I do 2, 4, 2, 4, and if I go 4 up, it goes right to the bottom of Snowdrop. Okay, this is how I figure this crap out. All right, I think I'm going to do the border. I think that's how I'm going to figure it out. I'm just going to do it as a border because then if I want to go ahead and fill in, thank you, Rachel. I like acknowledgement for my straight lines. All right. That's what I'm doing. Yep. So if I do, right, and if this gets boring, I'll stop. I've been using these Unipins, a 0.1 and a 0.1 and a 0.5. This is for the line work. This is if I have to color stuff in. So hopefully y'all are going to be able to see this. And I am going to use a ruler, so you're just going to have to get over yourselves. Yeah, you're just going to have to get over yourselves. And I've had to draw the flowers before I do the zentangle in the background. You can just leave that, hun.
Huh?
It's just noisy. You just leave it there.
Take me 2 seconds. Oh, okay.
Okay, did I count down this way? 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. All right. One way it's going to work out, the other it's not going to. So I'll show you how I'm going to solve that little problem here. All right, figure out where the center is. All right, there's the center there. So, I'll leave the partial designs at the top and at the bottom is probably the best way to do it. And I got to be mindful because I'm not going to put anything right behind the flowers, just on the edges. I'll just do a border. Okay, I hope I did do that right. Thinking out loud. All right, and then this one, there'll be a solid line here. Am I right? Yeah. I hate to have to correct errors. All right, gonna check chat. A Zen moment with paper ASMR in the background. Yeah. Right, Rachel? You just keep thinking that. I don't think sometimes he appreciates that everything he does when he walks in here, you guys can hear. I'm surprised he hasn't done or said more stupid stuff. Just saying. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that one I'm going to go ahead and extend all the way over. All right, I think I've got it figured out here, boys and girls. And the thing is, if I end up not liking it just around the edge, I can always go back in and do behind the flower as well. I've been trying not to have to do that, but... And I lost one of my favorite rulers, you guys. I mean, I've dug through the couch. I've looked under the couch because my memory tells me the last time, did I really just do that? I think I did. 2-4. I might have to make a correction. That's all right. Make any corrections at the end if you goof up. This will go quicker after I get all the lines that I want drawn. But if you've never tried these pens, they are really awesome pens. You can get them in sepia, I think it's sepia, and gray. I got them at Jet Pens. And I've got more coming. All right, just these lines going down and we're good to go. And the only time, honestly, I know you guys think I'm some sort of freak. I'm really not. I don't use the ruler all the time on it. There you go, Rachel. That is the absolute truth. You have no clue how true that is. You alter it to fit in with what you want. All right, so this one, and if I was here by myself, I'm not kidding you guys, I would use my ruler, but since you guys are here, I'm just going to wing it, but it will be okay. I will survive this. And then I'm going to repeat that box all the way around the edge. And I'm pretty good with straight lines even without a ruler. But a ruler just makes it better. The other day, Patty Tully Parrish streamed. And she made the greatest panel of her watercolor, and she used some tile pieces and stuff on it. And then at the end, she was putting these little gemstones on, 5 little gemstones on this one tile. Honest to God, you guys, I was sitting here having a freaking panic attack because she didn't use a ruler to get them spaced out and centered correctly. And I was just like, oh, Patty, this is too cool not to use a ruler. Use a ruler. Please use a ruler. But it came out really nice. If you guys haven't seen Patty Tully Parrish's most recent stream, it's worth your time. She's doing some really, really unique stuff. And it was a piece of art for her house, which was very cool. I don't hang my own art up in my house. All right, so this one will be going that way. Is that right? No, dumbass. It won't. It's going that way. It's all right. We can fix it. I'm not so worried about these edges because I'll ink them. So if I have to hide, look at what I just did, dumbass. There is an elusive ruler, Dan, and it's not a funny thing in my life. And I've literally looked everywhere, and I think I know what I did. I think I had it sitting in a book, and I think I closed the book and it's still in there. And it's a small ruler like this, only harder plastic and white. Yeah. And I think it's in a book. But because I cleaned up this weekend and put everything away in its place, that book may never surface again. Or at least not for a while. But something like that will drive me crazy, you guys. You have no clue. Which probably doesn't surprise anybody. All right, there's the basic border. I know, Rachel, right? I'll be jumping around going, yeah, I found it. Hey, Amy. Shh, be quiet. Amy's at work and we can't disturb her work. Amy's lucky. She gets to work from home now. Making the big bucks. All right, I'm just checking. It would help if I had 3, but I don't, so I'm just going to have to eyeball it. All right, we'll draw the first one. Okay, so the first one, is that right? Yeah, it is. This is how I try and keep from screwing up, you guys. When I find out where it's got to go, I do all the ones. Yep. Just talk about second guessing yourself. Jeez. And honestly, you guys, these zentangles are taking longer than the flowers. But I still think it counts as Inktober. Because I'm still using ink, right? Don't worry about the edges because they'll be inked. You won't see them. All right, just making sure I'm not getting confused here. Okay, so that's actually what the whole design ends up looking like. Okay, I didn't draw the line down here. All right. I'll check chat here in just a minute. goof up. Damn goof up, you. Check and chat. Thanks, CB. What are you talking about, Dan? That was the husband. I thought you were at the city dump. Get on it, Barbara. It's actually a really cool pattern. I thought I'd goofed up, but I did not. I just have to... Okay, this one's going this way. This one... These lines go this way. I think some of these honestly would look better in black and white. And the reason I didn't do black and white with the flowers is I thought it would be just too distracting. So you just repeat that over and over and over. But I think what really makes this cool, and some of them I've been shading, some I have not. But on this one, I think I'm going to shade it here. I generally choose to shade wherever lines are meeting, because that would imply that it's shaded, right? Duh. So it always, in my opinion, looks way better after you add the shading. And if the one boo-boo up here that I did is too distracting, I'll go in with a white pen later and fix it. But chances are it's going to be so busy that you're not even going to notice it. And I'm just shading it for you guys' benefit right now. Because it always looks a little bit better when it's shaded. I'll hold it up. Focus, you freak. There you go. Oh, and then I'll take the larger pen and around the humps, draw a little bit of black. Or dark. It's not black because I'm using gray pen, but I'm just finishing these so you guys can see them, because I'll probably move on and not make you suffer through this. Because I typically do the zentangles when I'm either sitting watching TV, you know, late in the day. And I'm kind of tired and don't have much energy to do much anything else. Because they're just repetitive, and in my world, they are relaxing. Some people don't think that, but I do. All right, is that everything? That's everything. This one I am going to fix right now because I really goofed up. White pen is just like an eraser. I'll always know it's there, but it won't bother me. And I could go ahead and shade there. I might go ahead and do that in the end. Yeah, I probably will. For right now, until I decide, I'm going to erase it. But I might, at the end of the day, go ahead and do that. I just don't know. Okay. And the weird thing is, like when you only got part of it done, it's like, oh, that, I'm not sure about that. That's going to look really weird. And one of the things that bothers me, and I'm sure it's part of my OCD, is sometimes these straight line patterns to me do not match the flower on the page. But then after you get it done, it seems like it's okay. But some of those early on ones, it was just, well, this is the one that I had a real problem with, was this log jam one with the poppy. I thought, oh, that just doesn't look good. When I had like one row done, it was just like, oh, I'm going to just ruin that poppy. But then after it all got done and kind of disappeared a little bit into the background, then it wasn't bothersome for me. But some of them, it's just like, I'm not sure if this is matching. Like this one was another one where I just, when I started and was about halfway done, I was just like, that is going to look like crap. But then when you get it done, it's better. So, yeah. So that's what this whole thing, and it'll be a border around, and then right in the center will be white. So I'll go ahead. Should I? Yeah, why not? What the hell? I'm going to go ahead and watercolor this one. And then I'll finish the zentangle later. Where you guys don't have to suffer through it. And I think all my gray lines are drawn, so I'm not losing my lines. And then next Monday I'll show it when I get it all done. And this one's pretty easy because there isn't much color on it. Thanks, Rachel. Hi, Sticky Art. I saw you come in and my brain was somewhere else. But thank you. Alright, so this is Snowdrops. Snowdrops are white. Go figure. But we'll go ahead and add the blue to indicate shading. But this is going to be pretty simple because, yeah, there isn't much watercoloring to do here. Making coffee. If it's cool out, there's nothing better than having a fresh cup of hot coffee in the afternoon. I've still got iced coffee. Okay, 22. Page 22 is where I gotta go. All right. Actually, these show them with a little bit of gray, so we'll do a light blue background with some gray for shading. If I don't get all the graphite off now, after I get it wet, it's not coming off. So in the flower parts, I gotta make sure I get it all out. Okay, let's do, what color blue? It would be like almost a non-existent ultramarine. And because I want it really light, I'm not going to color direct on the page. This is one of those instances where I want to be able to control the color. or how much color I've got. So I'm going to do it on the craft mat and water it down pretty good. Maybe I'll use this paintbrush even. Because I almost want zero color. Just a hint of the blue. Yep, that's about it. That is a really dangerous thing to do, because if I move my paper, I'm going to move right into it. But we're living dangerously today. What the hell? I do it all the time. I hope that's not too dark. If it is, oh well. Hey Z, happy birthday again. Okay, in this book, it's just a crazy thing they do, but they sometimes put the color of the flower down into the leaves, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Most of it probably ends up gone anyway, but we'll do it. It's our drawing. We can do what we want, right? Okay. And because I'm going to work in such small areas, I think I'm going to go ahead and How was your lobster, Z? I have to say, last night when you said Jimmy was fixing you lobster, I have to say I was a little bit jealous. Like, I can't even think of the last time I had lobster. I know it's been 2 years. Did you buy your present yesterday? Z, you know what? I was going to message you and say, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the exact set that Lena had. So, and I know you ordered it. So, do you have a link or something? Because I could not find that that exact set. And I know it's probably something that I'm doing wrong. I mean, or maybe I should just blame Amazon. It's Amazon's fault. But I couldn't find it. So I ended up not buying it. But have no fear, because Amazon's still open. Alright, let's see. I want the yellow green, and I know I had it out earlier. I also have the Statler ones of these. They're not as good as the Neocolor II. So if you get a choice between the Statler, and these are what, Derwent? I don't know who makes Neocolor II. I think Derwent does. Buy the Neocolor, pay the extra. It's so worth it. But yes, I am buying... Yeah, see, I'm not even going to use that. Where is my other green? I'll just use this one. Yeah, I'm going to buy it. I got a whole month of shopping coming up here. Because my birthday is less than a month away now. The crazy thing is, there's just not that much that I want. And I always think when it gets here, okay, when it gets here, you have to find a home for that. And then it's like, never mind. I don't need it that bad. But the watercolors, yeah, I agree. And Lena's journal, that her couch journal, of course, I just have tons of stuff, art on the couch. But yeah, that was drool worthy and envy worthy. That is really not focusing. Lena is an enabler, isn't she? You saw it, Lindsay, the frugal crafter. She should have the U.S. Okay, thanks, Lena. How did you like the copy? They are cool too, Zandra. Yeah, I was cooking while you were streaming, so that's I love being at your stream, but most often I'm just lurking because if I get into chat, it's dinner time here, or not dinner time yet, but it's at the time that I'm usually preparing food. So if I get into chat, it's hard for me to chat with people because I'm doing something. But yeah. And it was fun that Jane stopped by yesterday. She's a good egg. I really would like to have a conversation with her and see what, because I know she's changed how you order her products now, but I was wondering how she's doing with the whole supply issue. Is she having trouble getting stuff or meeting with people? Because we're just sitting here dealing with it on the consumer level, but if you're actually the product developer, I imagine, and especially in Oz where everything is so completely locked down, I bet she's ripping her hair out. Or just said enough is enough, I'm done. I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking about that even before she showed up at your show yesterday. It was just like, God, I'll bet she's ripping her hair out trying to get product manufactured. Or developed. And she's got to kind of keep those product lines coming, right? I don't think she'll ever lose her audience, though. But yeah, you're always looking for that next product that's coming out, right? And so far, I don't think it's hurt Timmy. She said shipping is a problem. Yeah, see, that's just it. And it was, I think my post office last time I was there, postage went up again. So you haven't seen Mary yet today? Usually Mary's on early before Dee Dee. You got some off you. Oh, Z, you're the best. No, she almost always has to have something new in the works, right? I mean, that's kind of what it be like. All right, though that's the basic mid-tone color. I think because this is so small, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest with the colored pencils. Plus, I already got them all out. But yeah, I'd hate to be a product developer right now with the crap that's going on in the world. So if you yak at her, Z, tell her I at least feel her pain. I've never had to do that, but it's got to be frustrating, especially when you've got ideas and you know what you want, and gotta be frustrating. You know what? This green I'm gonna go ahead and put on. Here we go. Because there isn't much to these flowers, I'm going to try and make the foliage a little bit funner. Funner, that's a word. All right, gotta hit this with the heat gun, and I'll check chat. Two ways to look at it. Seems like that there are record sales online now. All we have to do is figure out how to get them to the supplier buyer faster. Yeah, well, pretty soon we're going to be having drone deliveries, so. See, Z, I can understand that. I mean, at some point, and I think this is, Dee Dee and I have talked about this, when people say, well, why don't you sell that, or set up an Amazon affiliate, or blah, 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 whatever it is. You know, anything you do to turn this into a business starts robbing you from the time you want to spend actually arting. And that's the problem I think everybody has. Do I want to turn this into a business? Because then just the business itself starts robbing you of all your time. Even an Amazon affiliate, you think, oh, well, that shouldn't be that big a deal. Well, it is. I mean, you're going to spend an hour or two every day uploading products, product descriptions, whatever. And I didn't get it dry. So, yeah, I mean, at some point you have to go, what do I want to do here? Do I want if I need the money, I'm going to turn it into a business. If I have adequate income, what would I rather do? Would I rather art? Drone delivery. Exactly, Lena. Eileen's house would just be drop after drop after drop. Or people will be shooting down the drones to get whatever's being delivered. But there will come a day where we have different sort of delivery systems, because right now what we're doing is so inefficient. Like, I noticed last Saturday, or it was a week ago Saturday, I got an Amazon delivery, and it was Amazon Fulfillment that was filling it, but they were driving around in a big-ass Hertz truck. Well, that is so inefficient. I don't know how many deliveries they had out here, but it couldn't be that many. So we're going to have to come up with more efficient delivery systems for sure, especially for online stuff. But just give Elon Musk a little bit of time. He'll get it figured out. Elon will save the world. Mark my words. I read somewhere that he has more money, was it, than Bill Gates and Warren Buffett combined? That right there is a mind-boggling number, you guys. Mind-boggling. But good on him. I like innovation, so however he comes out, I'm all for it. Just my luck, my package would be delivered to Mars. See, that's me too, Jamie, is I'll figure out other ways to get money. I'm not going to start imposing business on something that I enjoy this much. That's just me. Call me crazy, but yeah. But I admire people who can actually turn it into a business and enjoy that too. But I don't think, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't enjoy it. Well, Z's done it with her little shop, you know. But how much time do you spend every day, Z, doing that? The only thing I would like is maybe I would get my products cheaper, but how much do I need, really? I pretty much have everything I need already. Z probably did it just as a favor to us. Z, are you having fun? Yes, but cut down on my arting. Yeah, see, Z just made that whole point. Is it really cuts into your arting time. So, yeah, I don't know. Each their own. You know, that I guess that's really my whole approach to life is do what makes you happy. If you like arting, art. If you like business, do that. You know, like, I don't think, well, I definitely lately have been thinking about how short life is because I've got a big birthday coming up here in about less than a month now. And it's an age that I never thought I would be. So yeah, it's like, how did I get here? How the hell did I get here? I was never going to be this old, but here I am. And thank goodness, because it's better than the alternative, but those years went so damn fast. Just saying. You're drawing the pattern as you're talking, wondering about artists like Joan Smithies in chat who sells her senses through. Yeah, but Barb, I think, Barbara, like Joan spends an awful lot of time designing that, correcting it, getting it ready for market. You know, like she spends a lot of time. But I think Joan, like that is a creative outlet for her because she's creating her own designs and then turning them into product that somebody else is shipping and handling. So that's one way to do it. But don't think for a minute that Joan isn't spending a lot of time doing that. Like, that's too dark. Yeah, she is spending buku time doing that. That'll be good enough, maybe, I hope. If that one's not, that one will be. I don't know. Just enjoy life. Now this is just the details that you can spend as much or as little time as you want. Yeah, see, Z says she loves designing the stencils. So, yeah, I don't know. To each their own. Makes you happy, do it. If it doesn't, oh well. All right, I'm going to blend a couple of these little areas here. And actually, I don't know if anybody in chat has like a Amazon affiliate. When you look at it, and this is just because I'm nosy and want to know, is it worth it for all the time you spend setting it up and maintaining it? That's always been a question I had, is when everything's said and done, was it worth it? That's the thing I'm not sure about. Speaking of caps, I need a cap bowl. Oh yeah, Barbara, I agree there. That, you know, buying product from somebody you know, yeah, it just makes it that much more special for sure. Now I'm just getting nitpicky. And I'm not sure how many of the rest of you do that, but there comes a point where it's just like, okay, put it down. Enough. Enough is enough. Stop it. And I'm at that point right now. So I'll show you guys this after I finish the zentangle on it. I'm just going to quickly... Nope. It takes too much concentration. Okay, I'll show it to you after that's done. So there's Bluebell. I'll finish that tonight. A cap bowl. Cap. C-A-P. Cap. Yesterday at Zandra's, she took a cap off something, and I did the same thing and I just drop it. Well, next thing you know, it's in amongst all the pencils, and you're spending more time looking for your cap. So she decided to get a cap bowl. And I need a cap bowl, not a cat. Not a meow meow cat. A cap. God. I've learned a lot. I mainly got into it to get the new supplies, but now, so many get the product before me, so it's hard to compete. CZ, yeah. I mean, and I think that's going to get worse, Z, in all honesty, just watching the way things are going. I'm not sure that I totally understand what the hell is going on with our supply chains and stuff like that. I don't really want to believe that it's nefarious, but why did we not have these problems, especially all during the first year of COVID? There's something about this whole thing that does not make sense to me, but yeah. So let me look. This one, Crabapple, day 18, and I'm using this list. Day 18 is betweened. Yeah, probably betweened, I'm guessing. I looked it up once before, and it was a grid pattern, so I went ahead and did the grid, and I'm not sure if I should do this one. I think I'm going to do this one, the entire background, because this flower is dark red, so hopefully it'll push whatever I put in the background behind it, right? So let me look up here. God, this looks like one that I drew the other day, and I know I haven't drawn this one. Okay, this one you can make as light or as dark as you want, so that's a cool thing. And it is a grid pattern, so I get to use a ruler. Woohoo! I haven't ordered from Jagos in the longest time. But I have to say, like, jet pens, those people are on it. Like, they must have a really, really good warehouse people. They're really, really good. All right, so this one, they did go ahead and ink the actual grid. I never know what size I want to do this, so I think I'm going to do this 2 like I did the last one. So every other line I can darken. Right. And I'll watch chat while I'm doing that, because I've got a separate screen open for the design itself. Ruler enough, said Amy. All right, I'm pretty sure this was an even number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yep. So I don't have to go from the center out. So these are going to end up being 1/2-inch squares. Oh, I got to do the lettering too. I'll do that actually before I start drawing the background. Can't draw straight lines and read chat. Arting. Can't talk. Okay, Z. Go have fun. All right, I can't remember if this was even number down. I got to count. All right, even numbers, so I can just do 1/2-inch squares going down from top to bottom as well. Because I'm going to do the entire background this time, because the design isn't quite as involved as the one before. At least we're hoping. When you're sitting here trying to rule it like this, it's hard to see where the design, where the openings in the flower design are, right? That's how I've goofed up a few times. Okay, almost done with this part of it. Good, Barbara. Apple is on it. I ordered an iPod Touch on a Wednesday. Got it. Wow. And I thought electronics were one of the things that was really hard to get a hold of, so you lucked out. All right, let's see. In the there's diagonal lines as well, and then I won't be using the ruler anymore, so your ruler agony is almost over. But to me, the straight lines are so worth it. Oops, see, I just drew through the tip of the, oh, it's in the black, so it doesn't matter. And I say I might have just really goofed up again. Ugh. So, nope, that's an opening. So I hope you guys are working on something. Barbara's obviously doing some zentangle with me, which is way, way cool. I hope you guys are working on something, coloring in a color book, or that color book Dee Dee's been working in is so cute. When I see stuff like that, I almost wish that I could color. I found it relaxing and enjoyable. It makes me a nervous wreck. But that book is so cute. And that little guy that she colored this morning was adorable. But I was on the phone most of the time, dealing with inept dopes. I was so not a happy camper this morning, you guys. Ugh. I'm cool now. But, yeah, I was just so hacked off at how ignorant people can be sometimes. And, you know, the crazy thing was, and this is what I thought while I was talking on the phone, it was almost like what they needed to do, they couldn't override the computer or something, like, but they couldn't use common sense. That was the thing that was frustrating me, is it's common sense. Well, we can't use common sense because the computer won't let us. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to have to come over there and kill somebody. I didn't. And it's my retirement, so it wasn't something I could just say, never mind. I don't want to jack with this. Get out, you know. Normally I would run out of patience and just give up before then. But when it comes to my money, no, that's not something I can give up on. So now I have to deal with dumbasses. Don't get me started again. Poor Dee Dee had to listen to that when she got done with her stream. I let Dee Dee have it. Alright, let me check chat. Yeah, the characters in the book. God bless. See, Rachel, you so get it. You understand the importance of straight lines. Okay, so if I'm looking at this pattern right, the next thing I have to do, it looks like, is draw curved lines like that. Am I right? God, I hope I'm right. And do I have to do it every time? Every time. It's kind of dangerous doing this on stream, you know. Because if I goof up, y'all are going to know it. When the truth is, I don't really care. If I goof up, I goof up. Stuff happens. Because if I ended up not liking it, what I would do is just tear this whole thing out of the book and start over. Okay, every square, every square. All right, here we go. And I think some people, this repetitive drawing might bother them. To me, this is the most relaxing thing in the world. Making the same strokes. But also, and how many of you were like this? When I was in grade school and we were learning to write our letters, and you would make those same repetitive motions over and over again. Oh, that was my favorite part of school. I loved that so much. Like, I can even still remember what it felt like when we'd get out our big chief tablets to start practicing letters. Oh, God, you have no clue how much I absolutely loved that. I was actually even pretty good at it. Like, it was one of the few things that would get my attention and keep it. Otherwise, I was probably disruptive in school. And in brownies. I got kicked out. She's just too disruptive. Check and chat. Nothing comment about common sense. You got that, Rachel. Holy crap. I think one of the things that was frustrating me so badly was okay, it was their website that was creating the problem. They knew what the policy was, but the website wasn't letting them carry out their own policy, if that makes any sense. But there was no way that they could override the software, right? Even though they agreed with me that, no, you're correct. That is the way it should be set up. That's when I just almost go ballistic. Because who's paying the penalty here? We'll get it straightened out, though. I'll check again in the morning. But the stupid thing is, I could have had it all done yesterday. This better be worth it. Yes, you are right, but... Well, another thing I think... I don't know. I dealt with customer service. I'm trying to think. Not every job I had, but... my last job for sure. I mean, it was all about keeping the customer happy, right? And so I spent a lot of time making sure that the people who dealt with my customers were well trained, and that if they didn't know something, they didn't try and BS the customer or anything else. All they had to say was, would you hold a minute and I'll go get Merle or whatever. We'll get it straightened out. Don't try and BS them, you know? Because then the next time they're not going to trust you. It's like people have forgotten that. They just want you off the phone. That's how I felt. Is they didn't really want to deal with the problem. Well, I shouldn't say that. They didn't want to deal with the hassle is what it was. And it's like, that's your damn job. Anyway, I'm going to quit bitching about it because with any luck, I finally talked to somebody who got it. Don't you know? And I know too that a lot of people you deal with don't have the luxury of making decisions. So there's that too. All right, now we're drawing X's that will go through this. So, gotta do ruler again. Sorry, dudes. And we've only got 30 minutes left, so hopefully I can get the bulk of this done so you can see it completed. Oh, you know what? I already goofed up because this is supposed to be going behind, so all right, that's got to get fixed, dumbass, because it's got to go underneath that. That's all right, I'll fix it. Thank God for white pens and Poscas, you know? What did we do before Posca pens? Used whiteout, I guess. Right, Rachel? Just a few marks. Well, and like when you start doing it, and this is something I realized after I started doing it, and that very thing struck me that you could do some really complicated stuff. And I think it was one of the chain ones where you were drawing a chain, where it struck me is that you can apply this to so much drawing. Just break it down to its smallest element, and there's almost literally nothing you can't draw. It's when you try and take on the whole dang thing that feels overwhelming. But it's kind of like doing these flowers with the step outs. If you just do the step outs, all of a sudden you realize, well, that wasn't hard at all. And then there comes a point in your learning curve where you no longer need the step outs. You start seeing the angles more correctly. and you can apply it to other things. At least that's what I thought, and I just goofed up again. Mouse running, brain is not functioning. And if I didn't tell you guys that I screwed up, you probably would never know, but I would know. Or maybe you would, and you'd say, she just screwed up. Doesn't even know it. I can't believe the mailman still hasn't come. Or Robert just isn't bringing it in. Maybe they'll just blow it off today. Just don't even mess with it. All right, you guys, I have a really big decision to make here. I'm already thinking about when the stream's over because I'm hungry now. I have to decide if I'm going to feed us leftovers or if I want a pizza. I'm really craving pizza today. Poor Robert. Poor Robert. Okay. No comment. Thank you, Rachel. You didn't know about Zentangle. Oh, Brenda. You had a Big Chief tablet? Yeah, Big Chiefs were the best. Thank you, Painty Girl. All right, let's see what the next step in this little design is. I gotta be getting close to. I'll do the correction. Okay. On the next one, God, I hope this works out. Let me double check that. Okay, so the next thing is take these lines that are butt up against there and draw out. Oh, this is gonna be sweet. You're just connecting them now. Yep, this is sweet. And then it's gonna all connect together. Oh, I love that. So you're just connecting the ends. That one came out messy, but that's okay. By the time I shade it, you'll never even see it. Oh, this is working out really cool. Now I can see this in a big design where with shading and straight lines, obviously, that it could come out really, really cool. Oh, I love that. Love it. Okay, this one. Can you guys see it, or do I need to hold it up where you can see it? I am going to have to fix that, though, or the shading isn't going to make any sense. But that's okay, because it's way cool looking. Do it in order, though, because you're going to goof up if you don't. Now, who would have thunk? Okay, can you see? Focus, you freak. There you go. I mean, if I took my time, that could look way cool. Way, way cool. And you could do it thicker or thinner lines. Pizza! I love pizza, Linda. The name of this pattern is B. And Barbara, the whole list is on my Instagram. Just search hashtag #zentangle with Janet. Hi, Ambient Landscapes. So, yeah, if you want the whole list, that's where you can find it. And I've been putting out a list every month. But I have been having trouble finding designs that I'm really enjoying. I will say that. But now this one, this is a pleasant surprise. I am really liking this one. But I guess it's like everything else, you know, you get your favorites. And then it's like, I don't like that one as much. And then there's some that I just am not going to do. Not ever. Doesn't matter. I'm just not going to do it. They just don't, they're not pleasing to me at all. So, there's that. But I would definitely recommend that y'all go on the, if you enjoy this, go on the, what the heck, it's not Zentangle Patterns, tanglepatterns.com. And look at all of them. They're listed by alphabet. There are some amazing designs on there. So, yeah, go check it out. All right, right now. No, maybe I should put the letter. I was going to say I need to put the lettering on, but I think I'm going to do that last because it's going to cover up. Yeah, and then I can make sure that I get all the things that I need to. Because it's already confusing me. I'm easily confused. Alright. And I know there's some up above that I forgot right in here where I went behind the flower. It's easier if I do one side and then finish the pattern over here later. And the reason I know that is because I had to learn the hard way. And that's okay. I think my medicine's wearing off. I haven't found a new one yet either. I'm waiting to go to the doctor. Alright, here's a couple I missed. One nice thing is when you forget one, it pops up pretty quickly. It's easy to see. So that's kind of nice. Alright. Get these last couple up here and we're good. Alright, not seeing any place that I missed. There it is. Why all of a sudden can I not see that? Duh. Alright. Looking, looking, looking. Now, there's two ways I could do this. I could either, I'm going to put it on next, CB. Thank you, CB. You can color in like the dark circles behind. I won't do that until I decide, maybe after I get it all watercolored and everything, if I think the flowers can handle that bold design. Otherwise, I'll just leave it lightly in the background like this. I will do some shading. I'll just do the oh, I don't like the way that ended. That's okay. That's okay. Now, it'll be much better and easier to see now if I erase the lines in the background. Oops, there's one I forgot. Pay attention, girl. All right, there's something in there I'm missing, so let me fix that. I think that's it. There's something missing here. And there should be maybe something in there. I just have to figure it out. What else? So you're drawing those behind the flower. That's why you got to come back later. Your eyes will tell you where you goofed up or where it doesn't feel right. It'll be less noticeable still when it's watercolored. Forgot a lot of these edge ones, which they're going to be inked, so it won't really matter anyway. All right, let me quickly just add some shading to this, just so you guys can get kind of an idea of how it looks like when it's actually shaded. And imagine this in black and white rather than gray, pushed back. That's why I chose the gray, pushed back into the background. But a lot of these are going to look way, way, way cooler when they're done in black and white. Just for reals. But the shading is actually my favorite part of this. And that's when you start getting some serious dimension going on. Now, one thing I would do different, like they showed it where they left the lines going down the center. I would actually probably prefer this whole design better if those lines weren't there. So if you're keeping a book of these, keep that stuff in mind, that if I was going to do this again, I think I would draw the diagonal lines in pencil so that I could go back and erase those later, so that when this drawing is done, it looks like it's interwoven. And this will tell me how much of the goof up that I did up here that I have to correct. Might be that I don't have to correct much at all. And this is just a regular old pencil. Depending on the design, depends on how much, you know, if I go get a softer lead. This seems to work just fine on small areas. And if you don't have a paper stump for stuff like this, get one. They're worth it. They make life better. CB, have you been zentangling much lately? Or just drawing Japanese dolls? CB isn't on Instagram, I don't think, so I never see what she's actually working on unless she participates in a swap or something. Or, CB, are you on Instagram and I don't follow you? That would be criminal right there. God, I'm going to feel bad if that's the case. I do try and go back occasionally and look for people who have either followed me or new to DDs that I don't follow. I don't think CB is on. Okay, bye, Barbara. All right, so I'll hold this up so hopefully you can see it because I'm about done. Focus, you freak. This is the most annoying part of this whole damn thing. Come on, focus, you freak. There we go. Yeah, see, I think I'd like this whole design better if those diagonal lines weren't there. But that's okay, live and learn. When I make the card for this one, I will just make a note of that. Because for all of these that I don't have a card in my book, I do make one eventually. I've been trying to do it when I make the list, but Inktober kind of came up on me really quick this year, it seemed. I was not prepared. Oops, there's one I forgot. Where'd my pen go? All right, I was gonna say, I just had the pen. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's where it would go. I'm not real careful with the shading. If I get too out of control, I just go back and clean it up with an eraser later. If it freaks out my brain too much. Alright, we are getting really close to having this done. Yeah, you need the grid lines to draw it, so you definitely have to put the grid lines in, but I would actually keep them in pencil and erase them later. I think I would like the design a whole lot better. It almost feels a little bit like membrane art. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to check chat. I will go ahead, I think, did I watercolor one of these before I took the black and white picture? I think I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I hope not, but I think I did. Oh well. What's a girl gonna do? And before next week, I will have gotten the ones that I drew today in front of you guys. I will have those already watercolored. And then I think next week, I hope I remember this, but I think next week I'll just draw for you guys out of the color effect books that Dee Dee showed this morning. All right. Thanks, Dorothy. I have messed up Instagram 2 different places. I just made a new art journal, not much zentangling. Okay. You've messed up Instagram. CB, you can't mess up the entire website. You can't break the website. Do you have a cheat book where you keep your names and your passwords, CB? Beat's not going to eat it. Okay. Well, anyway, there you go, you guys. Let me see if I did. Yeah, you guys, I did. I went ahead and watercolored Snowdrop before I took the black and white picture. So, oh well. It's going to be like the poppy. It's already going to be watercolored before. Yeah, because the tulip I had already taken the pictures. So the only one I goofed up was Snowdrop. Oh well. Stuff happens. What the hell. Yeah, this one's really pretty when it's watercolored. I'll show you what it looks like in the book. But it's like a maroon color. It's really, really pretty. Let me see if I can find it quickly. And then I'll let you guys go. Alright. there's the colored version of it, and so I will maintain that color, that dark purplish red, and try and get that done here in the next day or so. Hey Lena, thank you. So there we go. And then I'll get it posted. I'll try and remember to take a picture of this. Well, I can't photograph the snowdrop until I get the zentangle done. So I guess I'll sit here and finish that. And y'all can go do whatever it is you do after you've had so much fun with me. Right? Go do something fun, productive. And I will see you guys Wednesday morning at Dee Dee's house or around the interwebs somewhere. The ruler may be in that book. Not this book. If it was in this book, I would have already found it. I have an idea of a couple of books that it might be in, though. But thanks for the reminder. Thanks, CB. By the end of the month, I think it is going to be a cool book. I'll be happy with it. So, thanks you guys so much for spending your Monday afternoon with me. And try and be kind. I know it's hard, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. So, all right, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you later. Bye.